Halloween. Let's see what Groot and Rocket decide to dress up as we draw a Marvel Halloween here on My Sketchy Habit. Hello, my name is Patrick, I'm an artist, and happy Halloween to you! Welcome to My Sketchy Habit. This is the place where we can draw every day, and we don't have to be ashamed because we're art-positive people. We have an art-positive community in the Discord down below. All you gotta do is join. You can share some art. We also have an art gallery. We'll show you some pictures here at the end. But for now, why don't we get to the art for today, where we're drawing a Marvel Halloween. Let's get to the art. Alright, we are making a Halloween scene with some Marvel characters today. And that means we got to build in something of a background to place our characters in. We're doing a little bit of composition work here to start. Basically, we're going to have them walking off the front porch of a house on Halloween night. And this is our stairs of our porch and the path that they're walking on. But for now, it's time for us to get into drawing our characters. We are drawing Groot. First, here you can see we're going for elongated body parts. We're trying to get sort of a basic shape down for what the character might look like. We want them to be holding their candy, so we're playing a little bit with like that kind of core shape of moving with a candy bucket, pumpkin candy bucket. And we're trying to sort of place them along. They're also with their good friend Rocket, who is excited to have gotten some large chocolate bars, full-size chocolate bars from this house. And so he is going to be in a more sort of excited mood. As you can see here, he's sort of holding up these chocolate bars in enthusiasm and fun. This is our basic sort of pose, and it's time for us to get into our detail work on our sketch here. So we're just sort of roughing in what we want our Groot to look like. I think right now we've given him a bit more of an eyeball than we end up giving him eventually. We sort of darken it down and pull the shape a little bit more. But we have the loose sense of what a Groot might be. We're going to go with that sort of, tree root branches coming out of the head to give him some dramatic shaping. And ultimately, we got to put him in a costume. And so I thought it would be fun, based on the Marvel Infinity War and his relationship with Thor, for him to dress up as Thor. I think he would enjoy that. And so we're just sort of giving him those big shoulder pad cape pieces. And of course, his own little Mjolnir, which I think is, a very fun, playful thing for him to have, both to wear and to be holding on to. It's also an easy marker of the character of Thor. Because of his head, he's not really going to be able to wear a full helmet. We needed something that would exemplify Thor without having to tell people, oh, this is Thor. He's wearing a Thor costume. And basically, by having Mjolnir and this cape, we accomplished that goal reasonably well. We're going to have to do a little bit more work on it in our line art, but we're getting pretty close to what we want for our Groot here. We haven't yet drawn the full cape, but we will. We will. Also decided that we wanted there to be a little bit more movement in this picture, so the bucket's going to be sort of pulling back, almost spilling candy out, or definitely spilling candy out. We also need to have a costume for our lovely Rocket, and of course Rocket has a great love of bionic parts and things, and so why not dress him as the Winter Soldier himself, Bucky Barnes. Spoiler alert, I guess. And have him here with his, overly developed assassin's outfit with silver arm and long flowing Bucky hair and mask for the Winter Soldier. Because why wouldn't Rocket be moved by what is essentially a terrifying abomination? And yeah, we're just sort of loosely sketching in here. We're going to do a lot more detail work on our line art. It's game time! That's right, we're gonna play a little game called Pokemon Speed Draw. I got a Pokemon, I drew it really fast, and it's up to you to guess what it is before time is up. Can you do it? Good luck. right, so we're here doing our line art. We're just trying to take what we took as rough and start detailing in details, solidifying ideas, adding more sort of texture lines and things to really build out these characters as they have been drawn here. I like drawing Groot. Groot is just a very fun, free-form being, right? Where he could be, a really wide tree, could be really narrow in his treeness. I like a narrow Groot. And I think this Groot particularly is a lot of fun, especially with his Thor costume. Once we get color on there, it's going to look really, really cool. And of course, we got to have this Halloween bucket spilling candy out because he doesn't care. He's just having fun with his good friend Rocket, who of course is dressed as the Winter Soldier. We're playing around here with the idea of what exactly a raccoon wearing a mask that a human would wear would look like. And I think we landed on a nice balance with the little tip of the nose coming out the top. And of course, he's got that bionic arm and that assassin-y robe looking real good. I wanted to give him a real kid energy, right? Like a Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes kind of vibe. A little scamp who's having the best time of his life on the best night for kids ever, Halloween. And of course, we're going to get some line thickening for our various and sundry shadow points. This will just help emphasize some of that directional shadow. And we do have to also draw in a bit of our background. We gave a loose sense of what this deck is like, but we want to give it a little bit more before we get to our colors. So you can see we're just building out this idea of the deck. It's a little bit tricky. I'm not the best at perspective at this point in my art career, so I got to do the hard work of trying and trying again. And eventually we land on something that I'm pretty happy with. I think you can see me here testing out the idea of a deck, but not really loving some of the railings, things. And so we sort of cut it short, let it be, as it may be. And ultimately, I think we're pretty happy with just this very loose sense of a doorway. We don't have to draw perfect drawings here. We just have to draw the drawings we want to draw. We're going to detail in some textures, give the impression of this deck, and we'll move on to some colors. But first, the dad joke, bad joke. It's the dad joke, bad joke! And today we've got a Halloween joke. My dad sends me jokes every single day. I click them up so I can share them with you. And this Halloween joke goes like this. Where do toddler ghosts stay when their parents are at work? Where do toddler ghosts stay when their parents are at work? Day scare. Day scare. Day scare. It's the dad joke, bad joke. Emphasis on the bad. Let's get back to the art. So when it comes to colors, of course, we got to get into some good browns, some good reds, some good grays for our lovely Groot and their not Iron Man. Who are they? Thor. Their Thor vibes. We want the color contrast to be pretty dramatic so that the Mjolnir and the cape really stand out. It's going to be fairly obvious that this is Groot, but it won't be as obvious that they're Thor unless we really emphasize it. The same with the Winter Soldier aspects of our rocket here. Raccoons are hard to color to begin with, and if we don't quite get it right, we won't be super happy. We're gonna get all our base colors in here for all of this various and sundry stuff. I think I ended up working the background on a different layer, so you can see my paint being filled in a little bit differently than I would normally. I have this white deck and this lovely green background, just trying to create the illusions of being out for Halloween. It reminds me a lot of, that golden age of trick-or-treating, which, I'm no longer of that age, but it's still pretty good. Once we get this all in here, we're going to start playing around with some of our shadows. You can see here I'm sort of messing around with some clipping masks and shadows to create sort of a dark edge of shadow around our freeform image. We're going to use that, but of course we got to get some more shadows in on our bodies and some highlights as well, just to make things look a little bit more put together. We'll get those on there, and we'll be back with the final reveal of our Marvel Halloween. And that is it for our Marvel Halloween. We've got our lovely Thor, Groot, and our Winter Soldier, Rocket, and they look fun and cool and happy. It was really fun making this picture. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do similar things. Make your own little art prompt about Halloween. I would love to see the work that you're working on. We have an art gallery where we share your art. Currently, we have a month-long sheet of inspirations. We're doing all October long costume season, and yesterday our word was lobster, and today is our last word of the month, which is aftermath. So yeah, let me see what you can come up with aftermath. Tomorrow we'll be launching a new one. Hint, hint, it's on video games. Ooh, I cannot wait to share that with you. Come back tomorrow and we will see that. Share your art with us. Join the Discord down below. Join the Doodle Crew to show us what you can doodle do. Put your art and share your art here. And yeah, we would love to see what you're working on. We're an art positive place, and that would be great. For now, we've arrived at the end of our video, and all that remains is for me to remind you the one rule of my sketchy habit, which is this: don't tell anyone about our sketchy habit. That's between you and me. All right, friends, that's it. Till next time, keep being awesome. Bye.